In this video, we are going to create a custom validation rule. The idea is the following. We have here our form and we have written here drama, but we want a validation rule that says that the first letter of the name of the genre have to be uppercase, since there is no default validator from Angular that does that. We have to create our own. So let's go to Visual Studio Code and do that. And we have to create a new file, so let's come here, let's minimize this, I will right click on app and I will create a new folder, I will call it validators, and I will create a new file here, which will be called first letter uppercase.ts. I'll press enter, I'll minimize this, and let's get to work. In the case of reactive forms, custom validation rules are functions. So I'm going to create a function here. So I'll say export function first letter uppercase, and I will say validator fn, and I will import this from Angular Forms, and I will say return control abstract control, and I will use a lambda expression here, and I will say const value equal to, I'll say a string because I want to cast the value of the control to a string. Then I'll say if value, I'll return. If value length equal to 0, then I'll return. Then I'll say const first letter is equal to value 0. We're getting the first letter of the string. Then we will say if first letter is different than first letter to uppercase, then we're going to return an error. We're going to say return, and I'll copy this and paste it here, and I'll say message, and here I will put the error message, which will be the first letter must be uppercase. And here below the if, I'll say return, and that's it. Now, what are we doing here? Here what I'm doing is that I am returning an object that represents the error. This first letter uppercase property that we have here in this object that we're returning is the name of the error. So if you remember here, we were having this hasError function which we use to determine if a certain validation rule was not being satisfied. So we were saying require or min length. In our case, we're going to use first letter uppercase as the name of this error. So I'll copy this and let me come here and I will say if field has error, and I will paste the name of the error, and then I will say return field get error. Then I will paste this again, and now I will say dot message. This message comes from here, from this message that I have here. And this implies, of course, that you can put any custom information that you want here. In my case, I only want to have the error message, but you certainly could add more information to it. Now let me come back here, and finally, what we have to do is to apply this first letter uppercase validation to our name field. So let's come here, and here in this validators array, I will add my first letter uppercase function, and I will invoke it, and that's actually it. With this I can save, and I can come back here, and I can write something like drama, and I can click outside of it, and here as you can see we have the first letter must be uppercase, and of course if I write drama with an uppercase D, then the error disappears and I can submit the form.